Hello!
Oh my gosh, are you good? Hello, everybody, to more
Eggs.
shiny races.
We're shiny.
Eggs.
We're shiny racing eggs.
Another week where I don't get a shiny turtle. All y'all excited to just see me go in circles.
It's going to be the first batch, I guarantee. Well, I don't guarantee you, but I'm hoping that you will get it within the first batch.
No one can guarantee.
Look at his disgusting number, everybody.
Look at it.
Look at that disgusting number.
Look at it.
He's
Triple
on.
odds.
Oh god.
Triple odds, boys. We've made it.
Oh, he's gross to look at.
We've got. He's nasty.
It's just freaking nasty.
I've made it to triple odds. I can say I've been there in my life.
Multiple times.
We can move on. No, not multiple times.
Well,
I think that's the first triple odds hunt I've ever done.
how far did you get on Dialga?
That was
That was
like 19,000, so it was just a little over double odds.
okay. That's not bad.
A few thousand over double.
I mean, 19,000 is not fun, but
It's not fun. But if
it's
we're
not
talking
triple
about
odds.
if we're talking about odds, then yeah, this one takes it.
You're right. You're right.
If we're talking about encounters, then Dialga. Why is that not on?
Oh shoot! I forgot to plug that back in. Whoops. Sorry for that audio interference. Kinda. Just not as good as it usually is.
2 minutes in.
Today we are talking about
What are we talking about?
Pokemon.
That is so dumb.
We are talking about specifically our underrated Pokemon.
Our favorite
Well,
underrated Pokemon.
The whole topic is what we think is underrated and also what we like
Yes.
that would be considered in the underrated category.
Yes. So we each
And
have
all that is based off preference.
Yes, it is. All opinion based. We're not saying these Pokemon are good. We just like them. And I think we each did 10.
Yep,
We did 10
We both
each.
made a list of 10.
Yes. And he did his in like a ranked order. I didn't do mine in a ranked order.
It's kind of ranked. I didn't put too much thought into it, but number one slot, I feel like it definitely deserves it.
His is like a top 10 list. Mine is just a list of 10. That's what
So you
mine
guys
is.
have variety in this video. I
There you
also
go.
asked you guys on Twitter
Ooh.
and Tumblr
Ooh.
what your most favorite underrated Pokemon was, and I also posted saying that I think shiny, or I didn't say shiny, but I said I think Furret deserves a slot
Yes.
on that list.
Dang it.
And so like a good amount of people agreed with me,
Furret.
which was
I
fun
love
to
Furret.
see.
Furret.
Let's read some of those comments here.
Let me make sure I didn't put Furret on my list.
I purposely didn't put it on my list because I already put it in that post.
Furret is not on my list.
All right. Calvin Calfee says, I feel like Crabominal doesn't get enough love. Is it a great mon? Arguable. It was on my first Alola team, and I might be impartial, but I think it's a good mon.
It was on my Lola team too.
I wonder how good its stats are.
I don't know.
It looks like it would have, like, crazy physical attack.
What really drives me off about it is you can't get it till you get to the mountain that the Elite Four is on.
Yeah, you get it really late in the game. It's almost like getting a dino.
It's like
you know,
yeah.
like really, really late in the game.
You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough, brother.
You love Dino, so
Fair enough. Touche. Whoopsie.
Okay. Problem here. I screenshotted this GIF where it doesn't really show the Pokemon that well. You see that?
Oh, I love that one.
Cosmic Verse says underrated Steel type. And I'm not exactly sure which Pokemon that is. Hold on.
So
I need to see the GIF in action.
have to go to Twitter.
I gotta go to Twitter real quick, everybody.
to find out. I'm gonna guess a Steel type. Mawile.
I feel like that is an underrated Steel. Well, it did get a Mega though.
It did get a Mega. Fair
So
enough.
you could argue that.
What's another? Togedemon.
Aggron.
What?
That is the Pokemon. Yep.
Aggron.
I don't feel like that's too underrated, honestly. It got a Mega. I enjoy using it. You can use it as a physical attacker. You can use it as a staller.
Interesting.
Personally, I don't think that's underrated. But like I
think
said
it could be
earlier,
underrated
it's
too.
all opinion-based.
Opinion-based, personal preference. I mean,
Because that's all we can go on. There isn't like a automatic set list of what all these Pokemon
Cosmic, if you don't see that many Aggron out in the world, fair enough.
are. That's his personal experience. I'm going to read
then.
one more comment
You read
before
one
we
more
go
comment.
on to our list.
Ooh.
This is from Melky95, referring to the ferret comment that I made in the tweet. She said, I have a stuffed animal of a shiny ferret. She always streams with me. And I have watched her stream. She does always have this shiny... There it is right there. A little shiny ferret beside her. And I love that so much. It's so adorable. It has a good shiny, too.
I want a ferret.
The pink match, it just goes so well with it.
It's aesthetically pleasing.
Okay, so let's go down our list.
Okay.
For my number 10 slot, I put Sawsbuck. That is one that people do not talk about. I never see people talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think most people think of it like a Stantler, just like a Pokemon, I'll catch it for the Pokedex, but I'm never going to use it or look at it.
Don't think I've ever used a Sawsbuck in my life.
So, little story here, since we do have to drag this out an hour. I didn't use it my first time playing Black and White, but I used it my second time, which was when me and you made teams.
Yep.
And so we did this with every generation. We would make teams to go through the entire region, and then the plan was to fight at the end of those playthroughs.
Never did.
But we did on some of them.
We did on one.
But we need to revisit that concept
Okay.
someday in the future. But anyways, the number one Pokemon that stands out the most on my team was my Sawsbuck.
Really?
Yes, I actually really enjoyed going through the game with that Sawsbuck.
Mm-hmm.
What move did I have on it? I had a good fighting move on it.
Jump kick.
I think it was high jump kick.
Yeah. I came on like jump kick, one leech.
I had that on it. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I had some good moves on that thing. I love the concept of it changing depending on what season is.
Yeah.
Season is a thing that they put in the game and then just kind of took away with future generations.
That was like the only Pokemon to benefit from the season.
Yep, I don't know why they just stopped. They're like,
was dealing in Sawsbuck.
they loved introducing like new mechanics. Like Gen 3, they actually I think they started in Gen 2. They introduced time mechanics.
Yeah.
Day and night.
They did. Season 3 was weather.
Yeah, they introduced weather in 3, and then Generation 5 was all about seasons, and then they just screw it. Seasons are too hard to keep up with, I guess.
Sure.
We can't put snow on the ground in every game. But yeah, I really liked playing through with Sawsbuck. Big one that stood out. I feel like that's a good underrated Pokemon to put on the list.
Okay. My number 10 slot, and again, mine is in no particular order at all. But my number 10 slot is Relicanth.
That is a really good slot. That's a really good underrated mon.
It is. It is only found, in 3rd gen underneath the Sutopolis place underwater.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 5% encounter, extremely rare. I actually shiny hunted for it in this game. That's the save. I don't want that. And it was again a 5% encounter in this game as well, so it was gruesome. It was horrifying to do. But you know what?
It's interesting that they kept it at the same.
We done did it.
That is a very good shiny.
It's a great
I love
shiny
the
as well.
blue-green map on
Yeah.
its back.
That's a Weedle.
Yeah, some of these eggs, my Weedle eggs got mixed in with my my Pidgey eggs.
That is a whole Weedle.
Unfortunately.
And Relicanth, well, you could argue like it could not be underrated just because it's used to get the Reggies in 3rd
Yeah, but
gen.
that's such an old thing.
It
that
is.
Hasn't been revisited properly.
Yeah.
Other than Gen 3 remakes.
I just love it, like how you have to use it to get these legendaries for like.
Yeah,
no
it was
reason.
really cool. You need to have a Wailord and you had to have a Relicanth in the party.
And it's like an ancient fish Pokemon as well.
It makes sense with it being ancient.
Yeah, I just like Relicanth. I don't know. It's I don't know. It just has a good place in my heart. I don't know why.
Relicanth is based off a real species of fish, which they have fossils recording showing that, it really is like hundreds of thousands of years old.
Yeah, and it's pretty
defensive. It's still alive today.
It is pretty defensive as well. I'm gonna pull up its stats right now.
I think what it's based off is called Coalanth. I think it starts with a C.
Coalanth.
Coalanth.
Relicanth. Let's see. I'm looking at stats. It's got a base 130 defense.
Wow, that's good defense.
Its stat total is 485.
I wonder if there's a way to make it competitive.
It's got great HP and defense. Again, 130 defense, 100 HP, 90 attack. And again,
that's pretty good attack too.
And again,
I wouldn't have expected it.
And again, base stat total 485.
Not bad.
So,
I would personally think it wouldn't be that good.
It can be surprisingly viable, but it's so forgetful, and I'm sad about it.
It is very forgetful.
I'm not that sad about it.
But also, like, it's a rare undersea creature that's supposed to be kind of like hidden, and not brought up that much.
Mm-hmm.
So part of the interesting part of Relicanth is it being so mysterious.
Yeah, and you don't see it in Ruby, Sapphire, or Emerald except for underwater. Like, I'm pretty sure no trainer has it in the game.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So
yeah, it doesn't come up hardly at all.
It doesn't. But I enjoy Relicanth. It's a good boy.
Yeah, that definitely deserves a slot. I'm gonna go on to the next one on my list. For number 9, I put Mantine. Mantine, I looked into it to see if you could actually use it competitively, and there is a way to do it. I'm trying to remember the exact moves.
Mm-hmm.
I know it has Roost. It could be good. It could be used as a good support mon and a good little staller.
Yeah.
As long as there's not an electric type out.
Oh yeah, if you have an electric type, it's gone.
I feel like everyone acknowledges Mantine is there, but they don't think about it. They never think about having it on a team. And like, personally, I think manta rays are like super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you seen like the pictures of like how big a manta ray can get?
I have not.
They can honestly get to the size of Mantine. Like, they really can get that big.
How big is this pixelized creature?
I would say from... At the biggest, I'm saying from the corner of this room, almost all the way to that corner.
What the heck?
They can get really big. Like, really huge. I found that out back in, like, high school. And it was, like, the first time I've seen pictures of them that big. And I'm like, holy crap, why don't we ever, like, talk about these?
Yeah.
And, like, because I don't know. I love seeing huge sea creatures. There's something so fascinating about it.
I don't know. I've never really been a fan of Mantike or Mantine. Like, that line. Like, never in my life.
Then it's a good underrated mon.
I don't know. I don't like him.
I don't dislike them, but also I know nobody thinks about them.
I mean,
I feel like most people agree with me on that.
Like, if someone was like, "Give me a starter Pokemon," here's a Mantine, I'd be like, "Ew." That's what I think of when I see it like in a game. I'm like, just ew, just get out. I don't want it.
Oh, that's so mean.
I don't care. Let's see. My number 9. Oh, this is the one to where. Okay, so a lot of these I didn't know if they would be underrated. So I would look up, is this Pokemon underrated, into Google, and I looked up my number 9 Pokemon. I looked it up. Is this Pokemon underrated? And I found out everyone and their mother hates this Pokemon.
Yeah, like, I was in the room when he found this out, but I don't know what he put for that slot yet.
I was so baffled.
He was just like, really? People hate this Pokemon?
I was so, like, hurt and everything, because I love this Pokemon.
I'm very curious to see what you're going to say.
I love it. Like, it helped me, like, in Reborn a lot, which is a fan game. Like,
is it Stunky?
No, it's not Stunky.
Okay.
No.
Because I know you love Skunk
I
Tank.
would not stand for that.
And you said it helped you in Reborn.
This one also helped me. With a Mega Altaria. And I used Mirror Coat. It's Vanillux.
Oh.
And the reason people hate it is because it's like an inanimate object.
Inanimate object Pokemon, I think, get the most hate out of all Pokemon.
It's so sad. It's just a smiley ice cream boy.
People make fun of that. When people are trying to make fun of Pokemon designs, the first one that they usually say is the ice cream cone one.
That is so sad.
It has really good stats, honestly.
It's got a stat total of 530.
Its stats are amazing.
It's 535.
I've seen its stats. It's really good.
Why? I love him.
I think it's like the hardcore serious fans. They look at it and be like, "Oh, this is stupid. This would never be a living creature." But I'm like, you gotta have an inanimate object Pokemon, and like ice cream. I mean, that works. But the first time I saw it, I didn't personally like its design, but I didn't like full on hate it. It's really hard for me to hate a Pokemon.
It's an ice cream boy.
But now that you said it, I will say I'm not surprised that a lot of people hate it.
So much.
I mean, I see people compare him to the trash Pokemon, Trubbish.
Well,
like they put them in the same categories.
It's
like
trash.
It's like Gen 5 introduced us trash and ice cream.
Well, look at this. Look at this. It's our mascot.
Fun fact, I mean, that's an inanimate Pokemon, and I didn't personally like it either at first. And now I love Chandelure.
Here we are. People need to open up more.
I've opened up to a lot of inanimate Pokemon.
You need to open up more about Vanillux.
Inanimate object Pokemon specifically. Like I really like Aegislash now. I really like Dhelmise.
And like
Drift Blip, you can argue that. I mean, that is Drift Blip's kind of interesting.
It's a blimp.
It is an object.
It is a balloon.
It is an object, but it works so well with its design. It almost feels natural.
It's a balloon.
Because it's supposed. I mean, ghosts are supposed to be floaty and
Look at Magnemite. It's a magnet.
It always gets a pass because it's Gen 1. No one ever complains about Gen 1.
You babies. Go outside. Take a hike.
Magnezone's really cool. But I mean, that's so like.
Fail.
That's so like. It's more unique, I feel like, Magnezone compared to a lot of inanimate Pokemon.
I don't know. I just really love Vanillux, and I just don't want people to hate him. I love him, and his shiny's not bad either. It's got like some.
Isn't it like a purplish?
Like a strawberry ice cream looking thing.
Oh, it goes to like a red color?
No, like a pinkish purpley.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
It's adorable. I love him. It hurts me. Love him.
Is it super high special defense? Is that what I'm thinking, or is it special attack?
Special attack. It's got over 100 special attack.
Let me guess. Is it 130 special attack?
I think I saw it was like 110.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Still, it's.
That's a pretty good Pokemon.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I had no answer for Mega Altaria in Pokemon Reborn. I just Miro coded on my Vanillux.
That's a good one to use for that.
And it just one tapped it. Boink.
Yeah, I hate when Pokemon get a lot of hate for their designs.
So sad.
I personally grow attached to them like really, really fast, or eventually I'll grow on them to accept them.
Yeah. And like, I guess that's why, because like I grew on a lot of the Gen 5 Pokemon, like, because I'd say that's still like in the era of which I grew up in. So like, I'm fond of like a lot of Gen 5 Pokemon. I love them.
For me, it cuts off after 4.
Yeah.
And I have seen a lot of people agree with my opinion. Like Gen 4 and down is like big nostalgia area. All designs are perfect. All games are perfect.
Yeah.
And then I didn't like Gen 5 when it came out.
Yeah. Gen 5 just falls into the nostalgia for me.
So you're Gen 5 and down. I'm Gen 4 and down.
Yeah. Like Gen 6 is where it starts for me. Like when like I'm not like too attached to any like Gen 6 and up because they have not been with me for long.
Yeah, I guess it's same for me.
Though I do still love some.
I got into Gen 6 and up really late. Way after Gen 5.
Let me know if this is a shiny.
Oh.
Or just say it is, and when I walk over there, I can be like disappointed.
I'll just let you be disappointed for yourself.
Okay, thank you.
I didn't know what the right thing to say there was. It looks shiny on your laptop, though, if that counts for anything.
If that's the case, then I have over 1,600 shinies.
Hey, that's better than 1.
Hey!
Oh man, I don't think you're gonna get it. Maybe your game's just glitched.
You don't think I'm gonna get it?
I just don't think you're gonna get it.
That's so sad.
I think you lost the shiny race.
Lost before it even began.
I think you just lost the shiny race.
No, listen. Have I gotten Wimpod in a shiny race before? Or
I don't think we're at Gen 7
No,
yet.
I mean, has it been revealed that I've gotten it?
No, I don't. You could talk about that for a bit.
Yeah, so Wimpod, I think I started a year ago on Wimpod. Could not get it. Well over odds.
He was hunting this in the wild as well. So,
yeah,
the Wimpods would actually flee from him as he's running around in this cave.
A lot of the shiny hunts I've been doing in this generation have been in the wild because we're doing a lot of eggs.
So he wants to shake it up.
Like Phantom, Dusknoir, Mawile, Relicanthropus, Wooper, and these 3 here. They were all found in the wild. It's just something
You should
new.
make a wild box. That way you have them more categorized.
True. I could do that. But yeah, I was hunting Wimpod for a while, probably for a year now. Just couldn't get it, and it was on and off because I just could not believe it.
It was over 1,000.
And when you encounter Wimpod, it runs from you. In the overworld. If it spots you, it will flee, and it is a fighter jet. It books it out of there.
It's fast.
What's great, I don't think I told you, the shiny one, it was running from me. And it almost despawned.
Wow. You got lucky on that.
Yeah, so
that was quite a challenge. I'm surprised you actually did catch it.
Yeah, so I finally got the Wimpod. So now I think that over odds hunt is done, I can finally get the Squirtle now. It's a rite of passage.
No, you don't get Squirtle. That's not your thing.
Squirtle gets me.
Squirtle gets you hard.
Listen. I'm cooking this game now. I'm over 3 times the odds. This game is cooked. It's prime. If I don't get Caterpie and Weedle in 1 egg, I'm gonna be befuddled.
I really wonder how long that's gonna take you. It took 700.
It
took me 701 for Caterpie.
I wonder every week, Drew, how long this is gonna take me.
And then
every week.
And then Weedle, it took me 39. Wasn't expecting to be on Pidgey this early.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to be on Squirtle at 1,600 and whatever.
Would you say this has gone past the Volcarona hunt for you?
Technically, yes, because I stopped at Volcarona with Lavesta at double odds. So there's still hope. There's still time.
Let's read more comments.
Yes. Ease my pain.
Shine Kami said snick.
What?
Sneak.
What?
Sneak.
What is sneak?
Sneak.
Which one is it?
Is Seviper.
Oh! Snake!
That's a pretty good
Hold on.
Tease it.
Yeah.
That was a good fizz.
That was probably a good one.
That was probably the best fizz we've had on this show.
Holy crap, that was good. I like that.
Seviper was in the anime. I specifically remember Jesse using it a lot during the Gen 3 version of the anime.
Oh, yeah, because James had the...
Before... I knew Jesse as having Seviper more than I knew her as having Arbok. Because Gen 3 was going on non-stop when I was watching non-stop. Yeah. So that's what I always think of. But it has a very solid design.
It does.
And in the new games coming up, Scarlet and Violet,
it's going to be in there.
The scales on it look so slick, and that's one of the things that people are really excited about.
It really looks like snake
They've added
skin.
texture. Speaking of texture...
I hope it molts.
I saw the texture of Bonsly. It looks like a rough rock texture. Over the parts where it's supposed to be quote-unquote leaves. To just, the
little balls of green?
Yeah, the balls of green. They look like a rock texture. Which I think is pretty cool.
I didn't think they were supposed to be leaves at all. They didn't look like leaves at all.
It's supposed to look like... It's Pseudo-Wodo Pseudo means pseudo means false, and wudo means wood.
I know it's like little gimmick. It's supposed to look.
Yeah,
like a
so
fake
it's look
tree.
like it's fake wood. It's a rock, but it looks like a tree.
I mean, I always think back to Sun and Moon when like one of the trials was you have to find the fake tree, and like a lot of them was
obvious
just
which one that was.
cardboard trees, and then one was just a pseudo wudo. I'm like, well,
I wonder which one that would be.
I can't seem to tell.
Bear Games says, while definitely not forgettable, I feel like the Chikorita line is very underrated. My hope is one day we get a variant that adds the fairy type to it.
Oh, come on. Yes, please. Actually, yes.
I feel like they should have added the fairy type originally when it was introduced, but I understand why they didn't, because nostalgia, starter, and also all three starters in that generation don't have dual typings. They're all a basic type: water, fire, grass. Now. And well, Typhlosion got a regional variant, so its other variant is still just pure fire. So it works with that trio line, but it definitely should be. It definitely deserves a fairy type. Meganium, I think he's right. I feel like it just doesn't get enough love. When people say what their least favorite starter is, Chikorita gets picked a lot of the time. If it's not,
Yeah, a lot of my least favorite starters are the grass types.
I know you've said you don't have a good love for Chikorita.
It's not, but it's funny because I was hunting in Pokemon Heart Gold. I was shiny hunting for a starter. Obviously, really wanting Cyndaquil because Cyndaquil's my boy. I love him so much. He's so adorable. I wouldn't be mad with Totodile, for Alligator is a monster.
Yeah.
Didn't really want Chikorita.
I like Chikorita.
Guess which one I got? Chikorita.
It could also pass for a crass bug type, but I don't think they would ever give a bug type to a starter. But it has the antennas, which really makes me think that it was that it had some kind of bug thing going on with it.
Yeah. I could see either, I guess.
Another interesting thing about Chikorita is it did have a its second evolution was not supposed to be Bayleaf. Like its second, when I say second, I mean its first evolution from the pre-evolution.
Mid-evolution.
Mid-evolution, yeah. The mid-stage was supposed to look like this weird kind of flower thing where it looked more plant than animal. I'm glad they went with Bayleaf though, because it has such an iconic design. It looks so much better than what they almost went with. I'm gonna read one more comment.
Okay.
Lil Racco says the best Pokemon ever, and he has a picture of Shuckle.
Yes.
That is a good underrated mon.
Yes.
I love Shuckle. I wish I could use it more often.
Shuckle. I want a shiny hunt for Shuckle.
Good shiny. I
want
a blue
a shiny hunt it in this game.
Its red shell turns blue.
Same place I found Wimpod.
It's very strange. It's like wormy.
Yeah.
It's wormy / turtley. It's so
turtle.
unique.
A Wordle.
A Wordle, yeah. Definitely, like I would definitely put that on my list, honestly.
I love just how it's so tanky.
It's the most tankiest Pokemon.
And then you freaking power swap.
The only hard part with the power swap is you don't have speed on this thing.
Oh yeah.
Ever. So you're gonna have to. And see, the thing is, it has the lowest attack stat of any other Pokemon. So when you switch your attack and defense stats,
yeah, if someone tickles you, you're dead.
Yeah, if you get tickled, you're dead. So like, you would have to hope that you don't get hit, and you have to accept that you're not gonna outspeed anything. So it is a gimmick Pokemon, but it's a very hard gimmick to use, and I think that's why you don't ever see it.
Yeah.
Maybe if it had good speed, which Shuckle doesn't look speedy, so I don't know why they would do that.
I feel like a way
if its speed was in the middle, maybe. I feel like people would use this thing a lot.
I feel like a strategy you could use is the move Ally Switch, which it's a double battle format move. So if you're in a double battle, you have a Shuckle, and your other Pokemon knows the move Ally Switch. It switches the places of those two Pokemon. So like if your Ally Switch is on the right, Shuckle's on the left, use the Ally Switch. Shuckle's now on the right, the Ally Switch is now on the left.
Another way you could do it is Trick Room.
Trick Room as well. That would work.
I thought about that just now. Trick Room, slowest Pokemon goes first. Shuckle is a good runner-up for that.
Oh, yeah.
But you still have to survive a hit. Trick Room is kind of hard to use in singles. It's best for doubles. And doubles is not very reliable because either one of the Pokemon can target Shuckle and kill it after you switch your attack stat and defense stat. So, Shuckle is very interesting. He's not the easiest to use, but some people like the challenge.
Yeah.
Alright. Talking about Gen 2 Pokemon, my number 8 slot is Dunsparce.
Oh, Dunny.
I like Dunsparce. It's based off the origin of, I don't remember the name of the mythical creature, but it's based off a real mythical creature that looks like a bee / scorpion / dragon, I believe, in the original origin. It's so weird because you think it'd be bug type, so the first time you attack it, you find out it's not. It's technically normal type.
I honestly get those typings confused with Dunsparce and Shuckle.
You think Shuckle would be normal?
Like, I can never remember. Like,
Shuckle...
I don't think of bug type when I think of Shuckle.
Well, I kind of do because of the wormy texture. I always remember it's rock type. Dunsparce, just because it threw me off so much as a kid, I specifically remember it being normal type. But I feel like Dunsparce deserves one of two things: a regional variant, or an evolution.
Give it a mega.
I think you could do something wild with an evolution. I feel like you could make it a normal dragon type.
Give it a mega.
And have like, I've seen fan arts of what that evolution would look like, and it looks so cool. It could totally work.
People are so talented.
But yeah, I love Dunsparce. It's not usable. Its stats aren't good.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a gimmick. Usually weak Pokemon that are weird like that, they have something else going for them. Dunsparce doesn't have anything going for him. He doesn't have good moves. He really got the bottom of the barrel because he's so unique. Because he's rare. He's a rare Pokemon. And there's not much there's not much explaining what he is, why he is the way he is, what he does. He's just a normal Pokemon, apparently.
I like his shiny.
Yeah, he has a good shiny.
Like,
added
it just
some
turns
pink
blue
in there.
from pink. And that's it. And I like it. It works.
Sometimes the simple things matter.
I loved it when I got the shiny in Pokemon Go.
But yeah, I feel like it definitely deserves more. I feel like it deserves a real evolution. I don't know if Pokemon will ever revisit just giving a normal Pokemon an evolution again. They always seem to make it like a regional thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my number 8 slot. What about you? What's your next one?
My number 8 is sticking with Gen 5. Mine is Durant.
Durant. That is a very... Yeah, I had a feeling this would be on your list when I was looking through the Pokedex, honestly.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Mine is Durant.
You talk about Durant, and I feel like it is underrated, because people know it as the food of Heatmore.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what it says in the Pokedex entry.
Nah, dude, this thing, it hits you like a truck. And it's pretty speedy as well. It's actually insane how fast it is and how strong it is.
You know, I've actually fought these in competitive, and it actually surprised me how usable they were.
Yeah. Again, I'm the stat guy. And it's so forgettable because you can only find it, like, I'm pretty sure at Victory Road in black and white.
Yeah, that's the first time I saw it.
Oh my, it's got 112 defense, 109 attack, also 109 speed.
Jesus.
And then everything else kind of sucks. It's got base 484 stat total. So, it's honestly very decent. And like, you get a Fury Cuddle going. Woo!
What's its ability? Doesn't it have a good ability?
Its hidden ability is Truant.
Oh, wow.
It can have Swarm, which is like Taunt, Blaze, and Overgrow. It's like that for bug moves.
Okay.
And then it can also have Hustle, which boosts the attack stat but lowers accuracy. So, it's pretty good. pretty good. I love Durant. Honestly, I think it's a cool Pokemon.
Steel Bug's pretty good typing too.
Steel Bug, I mean,
You're quad weak to fire, but I feel like
is that the only weakness? That's the only weakness.
I think yeah.
It's only got one weakness. Neutral to a lot of things. But it's, again, very powerful and very viable, and it's just so forgetful because I just feel like it being at the very end of the game, it just makes it so forgettable because at that point you kind of already have your full team.
Yeah. And not only that, it does have competitors. If you're going to have a Steel Bug type, a lot of people are going to prefer Scizor.
You got Mega Scizor, yeah.
Yeah. So that puts Durant kind of behind.
Yeah. It's kind of sad because he's got it's a great name for a Pokemon. Durant.
Yeah, Durant.
Name it Kevin.
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant. Come on. It's there. Just do it.
So yeah, great typing. It gets overshadowed because of other Steel Bugs.
Yeah, and there's also just like a lot of other Steel types in the game that you can get. Ferrothorn, Klinklang. What other Steel types are there in this game?
Is Scizor in Sword and Shield? Or was it originally?
It was in the Isle of Armor.
I think that's why I would see it in competitive. It was the only Steel Bug type that people could use.
Yeah. I can't remember if there's any more Steel Bug. I don't think so.
I can't think of any at the top of my head.
If
The
they're
only thing
all,
I can
they're
think
going
of
to
is
be in
Scizor and Durant.
Alola. I don't know. There's probably one in Alola somewhere. I don't know.
Alola, so strange. Their combinations. The coolest combination we got from Alola was Fire and Poison. I stick by that. That is so cool. All right, I'm going to go to slot 7.
I'll give you that.
For number 7, I put Swirlix. Specifically Swirlix because I really like its design more than its evolution. I love the fact that it's cotton candy. Just a cotton candy Pokemon. Yeah. I really like the Sweets Pokemon. I think some people dislike them. Like, oh, we got another candy Pokemon. Like, but I think it works so well. And they always make it a fairy typing, which also really, really works.
It works.
I like how it's like part dog, part cotton candy. It has like this derpy looking face.
Yeah.
Slurpuff, its evolution, not too good. Kind of like it's almost like a Wigglytuff but weaker.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have way better options if you need a fairy type, or even if you need a better fairy normal type, which you don't really need. You just need fairy.
Yeah.
But to make up for it, in Pokemon Go, Slurpuff is really good in the Great League.
Is it really?
Yeah, I always use Slurpuff when battling trainers, and most of the time I win. Like, it has really good defenses in Pokemon Go. I know Pokemon Go is a strange one to, talk about stats of a Pokemon. But, Slurpuff's not that strong. It can't get too high. I don't think it can get into 2,500 CP. But it can go to 1,500. And that's where it's most used, and that's where it's best, honestly. And I never see people fight me with a Slurpuff. I usually always wreck them, so I think people are mostly shocked when they see Slurpuff in battle and beat them. So Slurpuff does have something going for it, even if it's kind of a stretch of what game it's good at. But I love Swirlix's design. I always thought it was cute. I always thought it was cool. Shiny's okay. Yeah. They had a little chocolate on it.
I still need to evolve mine and Go.
Yeah, I haven't evolved mine yet either.
I need to evolve my Swirlix. I need to play with it or something.
But yeah, I feel like that one doesn't get enough love, and it's understandably why. But I still think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What about your next one?
So, more evidence as to we spend too much time together. My number 7's Aromatisse.
Wow, we got... Is it the same number slot?
Number 7.
Wow, that is so funny.
Yep.
So we picked the alternate version of like
the exclusives.
Yeah, the exclusive duo Pokemon. But you're right. like, yeah, I don't see a lot of people talk about Aromatisse or care for it or any of that.
Yeah, and a lot of these underrated Pokemon come from my plane of Pokemon Reborn, which gives you a lot of, I guess, underrated Pokemon to use, and you learn to use them and learn to like them, and that's how I decided to like Aromatisse. Never used Aromatisse on like a main series game at all, but in Pokemon Reborn, it helped me so much. I was excited to get a Spritzy.
Really?
Because every time I go into the city where you can first get it, I beeline it to the place and I go and get it. But it's pretty good. I don't know its stats. I'm the stat guy. I'll look it up.
I never played Reborn, but I will say I love what they did there. I love how they acknowledged what Pokemon can be good in what circumstances, and giving them a spotlight. Pokemon games, they don't do that. They're like, hey, we know you like Charizard. How would you like a second starter? How would you like a second fire starter?
I mean, Aromatisse, it's got 101 HP, 99 special attack, 89 special defense. Slow as all get out.
Yeah, I was expecting
29
that.
speed.
Yeah.
29, but stat total 462. So it's not bad. It helped me a lot with the fighting type gym, and it gave me a fairy type to use.
Yeah.
Because you didn't really get any good fairy types to use in the game, like at this point. So it was good to have.
That's a great shiny too.
It does have a great
that
shiny.
Purple color on it.
I have it in Go. I
Yeah,
got it in Go.
He sent a screenshot of what it looks like in Pokemon Go, and it looks great.
I love it so much. I was so happy I got it, because I was really hoping to get it too. But yeah, Aromatisse, I mean, it's a witch doctor.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Which I never really thought of that first looking at it. The first thing I thought of when I saw it was more like it was supposed to be your aunt that puts on too much makeup. That's the impression I got off of it at first.
And I'm reading its description in the Pokédex app. It says, its scent is so overpowering that unless a trainer happens to really enjoy the smell, he or she will have a hard time walking alongside it.
Wow.
I've never read that before until today, but I just enjoy that. Like, that's so funny.
It's like walking into a candle store. You either hate it or you love
Like,
it.
this thing smells so good. Or bad.
Guess it depends on the preference. I'm guessing it has a good scent, but it's one of those scents where it's so strong, it's like, oh, I like
so
it, but
good,
it's too
bad.
strong, I can't stand beside you.
It's literally called the fragrance Pokemon.
I mean, aroma is in the name, so
Yeah.
it makes sense.
So, I just love Aromatisse. And I don't, like you said, no one, like, really sees it or cares for it, I don't think.
I feel like both of our slots are kind of like a low tier.
Especially because they're, like,
situation.
trade evolutions, and you have to hold an item for it as well. Like, no one wants to be bothered with that.
Yeah, so a lot of people just choose not to get it. They know it can't evolve.
Yeah.
In their predicament. So
Like, especially, like, if you don't
just
really have
ignore
any
it.
other friends that play Pokemon, so you can't really
which
trade.
is a lot of people, honestly.
Unless you have, like, 2 DSs, but what's the probability of having 2 DSs, which... I don't know.
When I listen to other Poketubers and YouTubers and read things online, I see people talking about having 2 consoles specifically so they can trade with each other.
Yeah.
More than I see people who are just friends with other people who also play, which is, I mean, it's kind of sad, honestly. I think me and you got lucky that we're both equally obsessed with this series.
I think, like, seeing you obsessed and you seeing me obsessed caused more
Obsession.
obsession, I guess.
Yeah.
Because,
I mean, well, we challenged each other.
Yeah.
And then we're challenging each other now with the shiny race. Which
Like,
I
it
don't
was
know.
great, 'cause
I
I
don't know
will
how you're able to
always-
keep your obsession going. Because
Oh, I'm not obsessed right now. I'm really not. I'm not obsessed with Squirtle. I don't like Squirtle anymore. I'm Bulbasaur all the way. Squirtle's never getting picked as my starter again. I promise you that. But no, like,
you know what's funny? This series ain't out yet. But
Oh yeah, okay, I know what you're,
he got put with a Squirtle for Wonderlock.
yeah. Oh yeah. I remember that now.
you're just not getting away with these Squirtles, man. They're just
I'm
stuck
not getting
forever.
away from them. I don't know. Like, here comes they're doing like classic community days in Pokemon Go now. Here comes Squirtle.
Squirtle community. Are you
What?
gonna do Squirtle Day with me?
No,
You gotta do it for the shiny race.
no, I'm not. I will lose.
You can't miss a shiny race.
What if I just don't get shinies that day either?
That would be so hype.
What if I just can't get shiny Squirtle ever?
It would be such a big flex when you finally do get one, though.
True.
Because you're like, all odds were stacked against me for some reason, and you finally got it.
I had to fight God for this one. I'm fighting for this Squirtle.
Let me make sure I already hashed these. I keep doing that.
Dude, listen, I know you're in the lead. I know you want me to get this Squirtle so we can have more of a competition, but you don't need to do this, okay? It's fine.
I keep screwing myself over.
You silly
I'm
goba.
not supposed to do that.
Are we gonna move on to number 6?
I'm gonna read more comments first, but let me fix my situation real quick.
What kind of situation?
Moving my eggs. I was wondering why I haven't hatched any in a while, and then I realized I'm just stupid.
I could have told you that for free.
Astral Cat's art says, I love Furret so much.
Yeah!
It's been one of my favorites forever, so she's replying to my previous comment of Furret. And then after that, she says, I think Skitty is kind of underrated. 10 out of 10 design, it's so cute. That's a perfect one for that slot. I think I think Skitty has a great design. I love its tail and how it's supposed to mimic like a cattail toy. Ever notice that?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Isn't it a... Nope, it's a cat. Never mind.
It's
Never mind.
it has a cattail toy on a cat, and it's also pink. I do feel like it deserved the fairy type, though. I feel like a fairy normal Delcat.
Yeah, a
fits.
normal fairy could do well with
I
that.
feel like that would have done more for it. But all alone, he has a very cute design.
Dumb old Gramble got a fairy type. God, I hate Gramble.
Gramble's a very strange one.
I hate Gramble.
I don't hate it, but
I hate it.
I don't love it either.
I don't like it. I don't like it since it got the fairy type. Like, no.
I feel like they did something for it though.
I mean, yeah, I guess it made it more powerful, but I don't know. It didn't do it for me. I'm like, no, ew, gross. Take it away. Give it to Skitty.
Yeah, Skitty deserves it way more than Gramble.
Do it normal fairy. I would have loved the normal fairy one. Make it a weekly tough.
Poke Uniter says, I don't know how others feel about it, but I really like Joltik.
I love Joltik.
Joltik's adorable. Joltik's like the smallest Pokemon in the Pokemon world.
Yeah.
That thing is so small.
Yeah. I used it on my black and white team when we played together.
Yeah.
I named it Frenzy.
Yeah,
I named it
know.
Frenzy.
I hear that. I hear you talk about that.
It is so fast. It gets the move Electro Ball, which is amazing for it.
Oh, and like competitive, a lot of people use Electro Web.
Electro Web or Sticky
Yes,
Web.
that's a
whatever it
good.
is.
Yeah, people use Sticky Web too.
Yes, that's a strat. It's a good strat mon.
Yeah, it definitely has some good stuff going for it.
Kind of a bad
Garvantula,
time.
I love its design too.
Oh yeah,
Electric Spider?
Yeah,
Like that's also like a tarantula. Like it looks great.
kind of a bad shiny. Not a good shiny at all.
They
But
can't all be excellent.
it can't all be winners.
I feel like most of them aren't.
There's a lot of non-winners.
When it comes to Shinymon, I feel like a lot of them get the bad end of the deal. For number 6, I have Maractus.
Yeah.
Now, Maractus is interesting because never personally used it on a team.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, I really do like its design. I think it has a very solid design.
Yeah.
It's very cute. I've seen it in the anime, just like, kind of like doing its little maraca dance.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this would be a perfect like little plant toy, you know, like the baby Groot thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like dancing. I feel like Maractus would be like the perfect version of that.
Oh my gosh, it would.
When Sword and Shield was coming out, there was a controversy of the Dex cut, which yes, a lot of people hated. And one of the hey, a Weedle, haven't seen that in a while. One of the memes that came out from the Dex cut was a SpongeBob meme, and it was SpongeBob giving the guy Pokemon Sword and Shield, He's like, "Oh, thanks. I've been waiting for. Where's Maractus?"
Of all things.
And SpongeBob's like, "What? Where's Maractus? But you've never used a How am I supposed to play this game without Maractus?"
Of all things, it's Maractus. Like,
Because I feel like part of the meme was that it was, underrated, underused.
Yeah.
No one ever talks about Maractus. No one ever uses Maractus.
But we want it. We want it in there.
So, that was a very top tier meme for me during that time. And I told him about it.
That's probably where our love for Maractus came from.
That's a big reason why I love Maractus.
And I will always remember day one of Sword and Shield. We're going through like the bigger area of the wild area, like the second part of it. And one of us was just zooming through the grass on our bike, and we get into an
This is
encounter.
like day one of Sword and Shield out.
Yes.
So we didn't know what Pokemon was in it.
So one of us is zooming through the grass, dodging Pokemon left and right. It's very impressive. We didn't hit anything.
Mm-hmm.
But then we get into one battle, and it just so happens to be Maractus. And it comes up on the screen, and both of us
cheered. We're like, Maractus!
We were so excited.
He made it in!
We were so excited for
He
it.
survived the Dex cut.
So that's probably where our love for Maractus came from.
Yeah, we were both super excited about it at the same time. It's meme-like. It has a great design. Good shiny. He has the shiny.
I have the shiny. Got it from the Dynamax Adventure.
I hope to use it one day. Maybe I'll use it in Scarlet and Violet if I find it. Yeah.
You serious?
Yeah.
It's in that game, isn't it?
I think it is.
I think I saw it.
I do want to do a whole team of just new Pokemon.
Yeah.
But I part of me
All three.
Part of me kind of wants to get Maractus.
All three of the new Pokemon now
All
going to
three.
come out.
Wiglet's a thing.
Hey, Wiglet. I got
Gotta-
spoiled on that one. I'm trying to stay away from the new spoilers of Scarlet and
Have
Violet.
you seen the two new? I don't know how I can say without spoiling it.
I have seen like a blue, I don't know what, like a human looking one.
Yes, that's the one I was wondering if you saw.
I don't know its name. I don't know like its whole thing. I thought it was like a. You are long overdue. Sir. You are long overdue.
That was the lamest reaction to one of the.
I'm trying not to curse right now. That's what I'm trying to not
What
do.
you got it though.
I'm gonna name this thing Rent because it's long overdue.
You finally got it. Holy crap! That took forever.
Look how pale it is on my laptop.
Oh yeah, it's super pale, but it's very noticeable though too. Wow.
You little turd. It's so anticlimactic.
You're so hateful.
I hate it. Go away from me. Ugh.
Bruh, you can go to Caterpie now.
I can go to Caterpie. Look at him.
Good attack, bad speed, brave nature.
We love it. It's
You
done.
got all 3 starters.
What
You're in the end game now.
What did I say? I win the shiny race.
You're within the 900 Pokemon range.
I am.
You're in the end game.
I made it. I'm on the final stretch. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, it happened. What'd I say? I just had to get Wimpod. That's all I had
That's
to do.
it. That's all you needed.
That's all that needed to happen. And
You are
guess what?
fine,
It
my
did
dude.
it. We've done it, boys and girls. I'm glad everyone's here to see it.
I bet all these eggs are gonna be shiny.
I'm gonna get like 3 more shinies
Yeah.
now. So it's,
And then you're gonna be on Caterpie, and you're gonna. It's gonna take 1,000 more eggs.
yay.
I wonder what the odds of you getting a second Squirtle are. The
Oh.
odds are in your favor since you've went over odds 3 times.
Dude, I've cooked the game. The game is ready. Oh
That
goodness.
is crazy.
Get over here, you stupid idiot. Come here.
Oh man.
Hold on, let me just hold on, let me just I need to do this. You're the one. Yes, you're the one. Go away.
Wow, you released the hard-working one
Yes, I did.
that breeded all your
It didn't work hard enough.
1,700 eggs.
It didn't work hard enough. Oh, I'm happy now. Oh, it's gone.
You're
I'm
done with
done.
Squirtle. You can look at something else.
It's gonna be so.
Isn't that exciting?
I'm gonna look at Caterpie. It's gonna be green.
Oh, I'm gonna have to change your little thing. I haven't had to change your side in a very long time.
I tried to make it easy on you. Did I name my Butterfree Beautyfly?
Did you really?
Because throughout my journey of Sword and Shield, I would nickname all my Pokemon because it was fun. Hey, Weedle.
Hey.
And I think I nicknamed my Butterfree Beautyfly. I'm so
Wow.
funny, dude.
You are pretty funny.
Oh, that's great. I
He's
love
a
it.
funny boy.
Oh, I'm a funny boy.
Oh, he's a funny boy.
Yeah, get another Weedle.
What if I got another shiny Weedle?
Give it to me.
That'd be so funny. Well,
Trade it to me.
it wouldn't count.
Why? Oh my gosh.
That is crazy.
So we're on number 6, yeah?
yeah.
Back to the list. My number 6, and I've talked about this, it's a Cryogonal. Cryogonal is freaking amazing, actually.
Yeah.
And again, Reborn. I was actually started to shiny hunt it in this game, but I put it on hold for Magnemite. I don't know. It's shiny just appeals to me. I don't know. All it does is it changes its eye color, and like its little beads on its beard looking mustache.
Yeah,
mustache.
it's a mustache.
So it's very simple, but it works. I enjoy it.
I wonder what its origin is. It's like an ice mask, like an ice floating mask. I feel like there's something there because it's one of those very odd Pokemon that's like, why are you a Pokemon kind of a thing.
Yeah, it looks pissed off all the time.
Yeah, it does.
It's so funny. It resembles me. Let's see. I want to, again, stats. Because I love stats. This thing is apparently really good. It's got 95 special attack, 105
pretty good.
speed, and 135 special defense.
Yeah, I knew it had good special defense.
Stat total 515. It's insane.
It's weird because you since it doesn't evolve, it's just kind of there. You'd think it would have more of the stats of kind of like, I'm trying to think of a good Pokemon that doesn't evolve, or not a good Pokemon but a bad Pokemon that doesn't evolve. You think it'd be more like Dunsparce in a way, where it doesn't have much going for it. It doesn't evolve.
Like, you don't expect it to go over 500 stat total.
Yeah, you think, okay, maybe it goes like 420.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't have any good moves or signature moves or anything going
Brother,
for
this
it.
thing can launch Shield Cold.
Which is a one-hit KO, no matter who you are.
Like, holy crap. Like, what moves can it know?
I know how good it is in a game that I know you've never played.
Pokin.
Nope.
Well,
TCGO.
the trading card
The
game?
trading card game online. I fought against one of these not that long ago. And one of its abilities, in its card form, you need energy cards to use stronger moves. This thing was able, one of its abilities, or one of its moves, gave it like 3 energy cards right at the start of the game. And then also gave some to the benched Pokemon. The Pokemon in your party, pretty much. This thing gave Kyogre, another Pokemon card it had, 4 water energies. Like within turn 3, switched out and then just wrecked my team, and I died like so fast.
Swag.
Cryogonal was like a big threat. I did not realize how good it was in the TCG.
Dude, it can learn Solo Beam.
Solar
It
Beam.
can learn Night Slash. How are you slashing, brother?
Bruh, I would not have thought it would know all these moves.
It can learn Sharpen at level 1. Oh my god.
Sharpen, I guess, makes sense. It's so weird.
Holy crap.
That is so random, though.
And it's got Levitate.
Levitate makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, Levitate. So yeah, I love Cryogonal. I never used it in the mainline game, just fan games, but I enjoy using it a lot. So, Tee.
Kind of want to do a playthrough with like underrated Pokemon specifically. I feel like Cryogonal would deserve a slot on my team.
Oh heck yeah, brother.
I'm gonna go to my number 5.
Oh crap, we're an hour in.
Yeah, and we're only halfway through our list. I thought I thought this would be kind of a short conversation, but I guess not. For number 5, I put Yanmega.
Oh,
Yanmega, I love its design. It has a great ability. Its speed is boosted every single round it lives through. So it's like constantly gaining speed. It already has good speed. Good design. I love the green going for it. Good shiny as well.
Blue.
Yeah, I love the shiny.
Oh yeah.
Bright blue. So noticeable. I always had a small fascination for dragonflies. I feel like they're really cool. There was this museum that I grew up going to all the time with my grandma. And there was this prehistoric section with fake dinosaur models. And there was this huge dragonflies in the exhibit. And I'm like, why are they so big? And like, of course, you know, it had descriptions of why the atmosphere was the way it was and why things were much bigger back then. But I didn't read all that. All I knew was things were a lot bigger back then.
I guess, yeah.
And like specifically the dragonfly, that always stood out in my head. I'm like, that is a big freaking dragonfly. So I kind of think of Yanmega. I kind of think of that nostalgic memory for me whenever I see Yanmega. Good stats. It made Yanma more memorable in a way.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it did enough because no one ever talks about Yanmega.
I wish it got a mega.
Yeah.
Mega
It'd be Mega Yanmega.
Mega Yanmega.
Oh man, that'd be wicked. But yeah, that I don't know. I feel like that's a really good one. I feel like that does fit in the underrated categories.
Yeah, true. I do love Yanmega as well. Never used it, but I love Yanmega. Number 5, yeah?
Yeah.
Number 5 for me is Delmise.
Delmise.
Because, like,
I don't know how popular a Delmise is.
I feel like if I don't know if something is popular, then it probably isn't.
Because I don't view it as an underrated Pokemon.
Yeah, because,
But
I mean, I've used it.
Very rare. I don't ever see it in competitive.
I used it on my team in this game. I named it Atlantia.
Yeah, I remember you trying to get it too, and how long it took you.
Oh, balls! It took a while. Because it can only be found in like one place. I'm pretty sure.
Yep, and it's a 1%. It's a 1% chance.
Yeah.
Just like how it was in Sun and Moon.
Yep. I thought about shiny hunting it in the wild.
Ooh. I shiny hunted it in eggs.
Amazing
and I love its
shiny.
shiny.
Amazing shiny. It's powerful too. It's got a move called Anchor Shot.
I love Anchor Shot.
Holy butter!
I've used it in competitive.
That Jogo hits like a truck.
And it looks so cool in this game. Some people were talking when this game came out. There was people complaining about it and people who really liked it. And the weird thing about talking about the animations and moves, you'll have like Body Slam, where it just makes the Pokemon levitate and then squish the other Pokemon by stretching out its animation sprite. It kind of looks really lazy. But then Anchor Shot in this game, I don't know if you've ever seen it. Mm-hmm. It is a full-on movie cutscene.
Yeah,
it is so crazy.
It is.
It like crazy. Zooms in, zooms out. There's a giant chain that like shoots out. Like,
I love it.
It's so crazy. I'm like, holy crap! And like, this is probably the only Pokemon that does that move.
I don't know what other Pokemon could learn Anchor Shot.
I can't think of any.
Maybe
probably Empoleon. Oh my god! I knew it! I knew you would get another one! I so knew that was gonna happen!
So you're teasing me now.
I had such a...
So you're teasing me now.
I had such a strong feeling.
I'm gonna complete the line? Is this what's gonna happen? Game Freak? Is this what's gonna happen? Oh my... I'm glad everything's happening now.
You got tied to shiny Squirtles. Oh my god.
This game is cooked now.
Wow.
Give me another one. Let me complete the line, I guess. Go ahead.
You are over triple odds, so The odds are still in your favor for you get another shiny in the next few batches.
Whoop-de-doo, I love it. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that happened.
Oh my god.
I can't believe that happened. I can't believe it.
God.
I just can't believe it. Give me another one.
I don't know. I feel like I should, like...
What do we do?
I'm thinking of that Pokedex over there. Like, maybe I should have 2 Squirtle. One's like...
One's peeking out.
One's like 7 eggs. The other one's like 1,700.
Oh my god. How many eggs was that? With,
After you got your first one?
Yeah. Hold on.
I feel like maybe 2 batches?
Yeah. Because it was this one right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
12. That was your 12th one.
12. So I had 1,700 and 12.
That is insane.
Alright, Camille.
You can still get a 3rd one.
Turd, Camille. Go next to him. Just,
All in one episode, too.
Oh, I need nicknames for now. I need to...
That is...
Oh, wow, what a great nature. It's modest. It's good.
Wow.
Dadgummit, dude. Oh, wow.
It's mocking you so hard right
I hate this
now.
game.
It is mocking you bad.
I hate the game a lot right now.
Oh my god, that is crazy. That is funny.
Is it really?
It's funny for me. Not funny for you.
Is it truly funny?
It's probably going to happen to me in the future, so I need to be careful on what I say.
I'm scared now. What if the Butterfree makes Squirtle eggs? What if the Ditto is just...
Butterfree makes a Squirtle egg.
Oh my gosh.
The
dude.
Ditto is just so used to making Squirtles, that's what it gives you.
I was actually scared about it on this batch as well. Like,
Really? It was in the back of your mind?
Like, in the back of my head. Because it was the second egg of the batch. The first egg, I'm just like, I really hope I don't get another shiny Squirtle. I'm gonna be so mad. So I'm gonna name one of them Rent. Because it was long overdue.
And what are you going to name the other one? Because it was very underdue and not expected.
I don't know. What's something that kind of fits the theme of Rent?
What's it called when you pay in advance?
A
Loan?
A down payment?
Down payment? You can name it down payment. I don't know.
I don't want this happening to me. Go away.
Oh, let's read more comments while you're upset.
Yeah, well,
Things that happen in your life. Mystic Cryptic says Vespi Queen.
Ew.
I'm talking to this old man first. They said I used it in Omega Ruby once and it was pretty fun. I don't use bug types too often, mostly because they're so weak. But by the time I needed stronger Pokemon, it was too attached to the thing. I was too attached to. They put it, but I know they meant I. I was too attached to the thing to let it go. I don't know if this comment will show up multiple times because I've tried to comment before, but that might just be Tumblr being weird. So I'm sorry if I missed your comments in the past, but I made it in this video.
Hey.
Shadowfang42 says Heracross. I don't think this is underrated. I feel like it gets enough love. But they said just a hard-working bug fighting type, and the difference between male and females is quite charming.
True.
That sharp shape on the tip of the male's horn becomes rounded and heart-shaped on females.
Yep.
I
like that.
It is a very noticeable difference.
I do enjoy that.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, I do feel like it's not underrated.
But I also don't feel like it's overrated.
It got a mega.
They get a mega.
It shows up in very competitive teams. I see.
Does it really?
Sometimes, not all the time.
Oh.
It gets a spotlight in Pokemon games. You know, the commander in Legends Arceus had his signature mon was pretty much a Heracross. You know, it wrecked my Probo Pass for those who haven't seen that video yet.
He did indeed do it.
We lost some members in that episode. Go check that series out. What color is a mirror? Says, I'd say,
Oh.
and I had to go digging through my guidebook to find the name because I forgot. Muna. They're just so cute. I don't see why more people aren't talking about them.
True.
Moonism. First off, it's shiny, just came out in Pokemon Go like a few weeks ago. Great shiny. All of us who were playing got it, so we were all very satisfied.
I
we got it the
I
day
got
it
one in the
came out.
spotlight hour.
Yeah, I did too.
Like, did you really?
Yeah.
Shoot.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I'm the first one. I was the first one to get it.
No, not in the Go Fest. In the spotlight hours on Tuesdays.
Spotlight hour. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking Go Fest. You're right.
Yeah.
I don't know if I got one during Spotlight Hour. I don't think I did. I'm gonna say not because I don't remember. But I did get a few on Go Fest Day, and I was so satisfied to have it.
I was so happy.
Muna has a good shiny. Sharna has a good shiny.
I think I used Muna in one of my very first playthroughs of Black and White.
Looking at Gen 5, since this is the Pokemon it came from, Gen 5, what they did, they copied a lot of stats from Gen 1, brought it over, kept a lot of Pokemon very similar to what Gen 1 had. A good example would be... I'm trying to think of a good example, but now that I'm on the spot, I can't think of a good example. I was going to say Kling Clang goes with Magnemite, but Magnemite didn't get a third evolution until Sinnoh.
Well, you could say, with Muna, Drowsy,
Muna,
Hypno.
well, what I was going to say, that's exactly what I was going to say, Drowsy.
Yeah,
because if you look at Hypno's...
Excadrill.
If you look at Hypno's stats and you compare it to Musharna's stats, very similar. It's so different.
Oh, it's green!
They both have really high special defense. That's the main thing of this Pokemon.
You look at Drillbur, Excadrill, Diglett, Dugtrio, both very fast, very offensive.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so nice. Oh, it's so nice to see a green thing. Oh, it's something else. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, I should change your thingy over here.
You want to go change the thingy?
Read the next comment. You never get to read the comments.
I get the iPad now. Imagine being dead. Lovely username.
That's the name?
Yes, it is.
Wow, okay.
No, someone just commented it.
Oh, okay.
Imagine being dead says Trubbish.
Oh, Trubbish.
Which is very true. It's very underrated. Probably rightfully so. I just think it's a very creative design. I feel like a lot of people would disagree. The 5th gen is set in a city, so a trash bag Pokemon makes sense. Also, he's just a little guy.
Aww.
Sad face.
I feel like Trubbish gets a lot of hate, honestly.
True.
Like I said, it gets compared to the ice cream a lot, which people also hate the ice cream.
Ooh, Squirtle. Yeah, kind of like the ice cream. It's an inanimate object. People don't really like that. But I didn't really like Trubbish first playing Black and White.
I didn't like him at all at first.
But again, Reborn kind of changed my mind about Gallboulder. It knows Gunk Shot. It can learn Stockpile, which I use that move a lot in Reborn. So it helped me out a lot with the Poison type gym. So I liked it. I kind of like Gallboulder now.
I think a lot of people just think it's really ugly because it looks.
Well, yeah.
When it evolves, it's like
It's
exploded
trash.
garbage. Its teeth are all whack.
It's trash.
Its eyes are very beady, like scary looking. But I don't think that makes it. It's a game about monsters technically. Shouldn't you want your monster kind of threatening looking?
Yeah.
It's scary looking.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like Gallboulder. We'll read one more.
All right.
We got Finneon, or Labion.
Labion
says Finneon and Lumineon, such cute fish Pokemon.
Those are very underrated.
Lumineon is actually a gorgeous Pokemon.
It really is.
I love its cry as well.
Good cry. Shiny.
It's
It's
okay.
noticeable.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's like mid-tier shiny.
It's okay.
It turns brown.
I'll allow it.
It's a neon fish. It's a glowing fish, which is really cool.
I wish it would have been Water Fairy.
Water Fairy could work, yeah.
I would have loved the fairy typing on that thing. I've never used one, so I don't know how good it is.
I used one, not bad.
There's probably some sort of strategy for it that people could find out.
I mean, its special attack is decent. I don't see it ever coming up in competitive. I don't think it could be good for competitive.
Yeah.
But story wise, like I said, I played with it in BDP. Brilliant Diamond and Pearl.
You the Minion.
Yeah. So that's the time I got to use it for the first time because it just never stood out to me until he made me use it.
Sorry.
I didn't dislike it though. I mean, I love how when it comes out of the Pokeball, all of it glows, which is very appealing to look at.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't mean to say no.
Oh no.
There we go.
Bugger. But okay, guess we're gonna move on to number 4.
Yep, we gotta keep it going.
Yeah.
Did not think this video would be this long, honestly.
Did not.
For my number 4 slot, I have Probopass. A lot of people dislike Nosepass and Probopass because they're giant noses. And Probopass adds a mustache on top of that, which a lot of people just dislike it. They don't like big nose Pokemon, or the big nose Pokemon either. It's based off the Eastern Island heads. The thing Squidward lives in. For those who are not interested in history,
The more you know.
I think it's really cool. The cool thing about Nosepass is it always faces north. It is the compass Pokemon. So if you click on it in Pokemon Go, it's going to look your direction. But if you give it a few seconds and you wait, Nosepass will actually aim straight back to north. Because, like I said, it's a compass. It's supposed to be looking that direction. So they're always looking north. Probopass, its stats aren't bad. It has very good defense, specifically. We played it in Arceus, and I did lose it. But when I did have it, I was really satisfied using it. I really enjoyed playing with it.
It was a good tank.
Very good tank. It was very reliable. And I got agiled by a Heracross, and then normal styled from a Heracross when it already had health missing. So... that's quad effective.
Oh, the pain.
The close combat was quad effective on
Oh, I'm feeling the pain again.
So yeah, that was a big loss in Arceus.
Oh.
So I think Probopass definitely deserves a spot. Because like I said, no, most people don't care for it. A lot of people hate on it. Stats are good. Shiny's great.
Oh yeah. Golden.
Yellow. It's a yellow shiny. I love yellow shiny so much. It's so noticeable. So yeah, I love Probopass.
Heck yeah.
He deserves more love. What's your number 5?
4.
Or 4? Yeah,
My number 4 is Avalugg.
Yes, I love Avalugg.
I love Avalugg too. It's so defensive.
Very defensive. I did shiny hunt it. And I used it on a Trick Room team.
That's good.
Because if you look at its speed.
Ain't got much going.
No speed.
It's literally a coffee.
But good physical attack. Good defense.
Yep.
Special attack sucks. But just don't use it against any special attack Pokemon. And you have an invincible tank almost.
Oh yeah. It's very physical. Very physical.
I would pull it up. It's on Sword and Shield though, so I can't look at its stats because I'm on this game.
I always just thought of it as a coffee table.
Yeah, I remember you not liking Avalugg.
I didn't really like it at first, but again, Reborn. I probably just have a Reborn story about all these, actually.
I guess so.
But again, just so physically defensive and offensive. It did great on my team. I was so sad when I lost it. Because I Nuzlocke everything now. But yeah, it's so good, and I guess it got more love because of Legends Arceus. It got a new form. And because it was one of the noble ones, so it's gotten more love here in the recent few months.
Yeah, I feel like Game Freak does try to give the ones that don't have a lot of love, some attention, like Stunfisk.
Yeah.
No one thought that would get one. Stantler, I feel like that was really on the nose. Like, hey,
evolution.
everyone forgets this Pokemon. Let's give this thing an evolution.
Got a whole evolution.
Even Quillfish.
Basculin.
And then they also, they give some to the favorites. Growlithe, of course.
Charizard.
I feel like that was a really good one. Charizard. They didn't give that one a regional form.
It was
yet.
Legend Arceus.
It will get a regional form someday down the line. It's too
Probably
popular for it not to have
Here
one.
it comes. It's going to actually be Dragon type.
But I do love that Game Freak acknowledges that, and I felt like they felt the same with Avalugg. It didn't get a lot of love, so they gave it a new form. Personally, as much as I love Avalugg, I don't think I like its regional that much.
Yeah, I'd prefer its original form rather than its normal, because it's, Ice Rock?
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
I feel like that does less for it.
Yeah, true. Because it gives it more weaknesses.
Uh-huh.
It makes it very susceptible to fighting types now.
Yeah.
And steel types, which are two, mainly physical typings.
So not a great typing, and in an earlier video we talked about how you liked Amora, and I used Amora on my X team.
I love Amora.
When we were playing X and Y, and the thing I mentioned that was most noticeable is that it had a lot of weaknesses, and that was the first Pokemon I've used where I'm like, geez, everything is strong against this thing.
Yeah.
Ice Rock has so many weaknesses.
Yeah.
So it made me not like Amora as much,
Mm-hmm.
but it still has a great design, great shiny, and good stats. It's just so many weaknesses. It has so much going against it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they kind of ruined regional Avalugg with that, but I guess all regionals can't be better than their original variant.
True. I'm trying to remember what I named my Avalugg in one. I may have named it Coffee Table.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know. It's fun. All right.
Oh,
Moving on.
Let's go to the next one. Yeah. Okay, this one might surprise you, I think.
Ooh.
Number 3, I put Masquerain. This is a very forgettable bug, but it's also a very beautiful bug because it's not the strongest, very very low stat points. I don't think it can be used in competitive in any way whatsoever. It's water bug.
It's not.
I mean water.
Nope.
No, bug flying.
Bug flying. I wish it was water.
I don't know why it's not water.
I wish it was
I've
water.
I've always got that wrong.
Because it's because of Surskit. Surskit's water bug.
Yeah, and it throws me off so much.
And it changes to bug flying when it evolves into Masquerain, which I don't like.
They should have kept it water bug, honestly.
I love that typing.
But the first time I saw it, I'm like, oh, that is so cool. I want to get that. And I remember having a little bit of a problem trying to get it, actually.
In what game?
Sapphire.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember for a while trying to get Masquerain. I think I did eventually get it.
You know what's wild? It's not in Emerald. You can't find Surskit in Emerald.
You know, I think I somewhat remember that too.
You can't find Surskit in Emerald.
That is so strange. So it's only in Sapphire.
Sapphire and Ruby. Yeah.
And I think Zangoose is only in Ruby. I don't think you can get that in Sapphire either.
Yeah, I don't think you could do Zangoose or Seviper because those were the exclusives.
Yeah, those 3 games had one Pokemon that you couldn't get in each one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like.
Rock, Lunatone.
I mainly just really like its design. Shiny.
It's okay. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's green, ain't it?
I want to say yes. I know
Like
I know Surskit's like a dark blue.
Yeah, it's like a purplish looking one, like a grape.
Let me.
I think it's like a lime greeny type of color.
I think you're right, because that's what I think of when I picture it.
That's pretty good.
Green
I think I would have liked it as a purple though.
Yeah, you're right. It's a green color. It's like that.
Yeah, it's like the green. Palette.
I knew it was either that or like a purplish color.
I would have preferred the purple.
Yeah, purple would
like
look good. But yeah, that's a very forgettable one.
It is.
Can't really remember it in the anime either.
I can't either.
So not very used, but good design.
Again, I used it in Reborn.
Could use something going
And it's
for
pretty.
its
It's
stats.
got Intimidate.
That is so strange.
It's got Intimidate. It's wild.
Very, very weird bug.
The only reason I know that is because in one of my playthroughs of Reborn, the bug-type gym leader, she would send out Masquerain first, and it would always intimidate. So I had an Empoleon with the ability Defiant, which is its hidden ability, which Defiant is, if you have a stat lowered, it ups your attack by 2.
There you go.
So she sent out Masquerain. I just sent out my Empoleon. I just busted everyone's chaps. It was great. Oh, but yeah, Masquerain's a good one. My number 3, and I don't know if this is going to be a surprise, it's Leavanny.
Okay.
I feel like, because I used it in black and white.
I like his design.
It's got a great design.
I don't know how underrated it is.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically when I think of Leavanny, when we were talking about, it was us talking about Gen 9 coming out and what all we want to see. One of the comments that stuck out to me was, I don't know, I just really hope they bring Leavanny back. Because that was that person's favorite Pokemon.
Yeah. I don't know, I love Leavanny. I used it on one of my black and white teams. And it's got some great attack. It can learn Leaf Blade.
It's a happy praying mantis.
Yeah, it can get Leaf Blade, X Scissor, Swords Dance. It can be very good. The only thing that kills it is its typing.
Yeah, Grass Bug I don't feel like is
it's very frail.
The best option.
It's a frail girl.
And I did it again. I had a bunch of Pidgeys in a party, and I just wasn't thinking. I don't know why I keep doing that.
I'm coming up.
For some reason, it's so easy to do on this game.
I'm coming to the lead. Here I come.
I feel like Leavanny's a good one. I never used it personally, but like I said, I really like its design.
I enjoy it a lot. I love Leavanny.
I don't think it would be too strong, specifically because you get it pretty early on. That was my first impression when playing Black and White. I saw the first bug, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be like the Butterfree regional kind of thing. So I didn't really... I caught it, but I didn't really use it, you know. So that was like my main impression. Yeah,
because I can't remember when Sewaddle evolves into Swadloon, but Swadloon evolves into Leavanny by friendship.
Okay, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
I think I was trying to evolve it to complete the Dex in Black and White, and I think I gave up at one point because I didn't understand why I wasn't evolving.
No, yeah.
Turns out it didn't love me.
I love Leavanny though. I love her so much.
She's a good one.
She's great.
I feel like it's good. Like I said, I don't know how underrated it is.
Yeah, I don't know either. Again, personal preference.
Black and White's kind of like weird because it's like mid. It's mid between all the generations.
Yeah.
So it's like not too new, not too old. It's like it can go either way.
But it's been around for 10 years now. Also, a little more than 10 years.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
crazy. Sure. That's older than most 10-year-olds. Wow. Let's see if we have any more comments. Sprinkle Cypher says Chinchou.
I love Lantern and Chinchou. I love them.
Definitely deserves more love than it gets. IMO. Love those weird little buddies.
I love them. I used Lantern on my Hulk Gold team when we played.
See, I think it is an underrated mon. What makes me feel like it wasn't, though, when looking through our Pokedex list to try to think of what would the best underrated Pokemon be, I specifically remember you loving Lantern so much. Lantern. Like being obsessed with it. So I'm like, part of me was like, no, it's not underrated.
Bro, Water Electric.
I know a guy who likes it.
Great typing.
It is a very good typing. One weakness.
No.
Or is it two?
It's got grass and ground weakness.
That's right, yeah.
And then the move Freeze Dry, which is it's an ice type move, but it's super effective on water types.
Well, I mean, I don't really count that. That's just kind of a moves gimmick.
Whatever. It can get Volt Absorb, which is dope, which is probably its best ability. So you can like kind of bait an electric type move.
Yeah, that would be good.
Oh, I love Lantern so much. It's really up there for me. Give it a mega.
Very good one. Very good one.
Give it a mega.
Definitely deserves a slot. Ghost Bred Vani says Duskull and Shuppet. So he picked two. I just think they're cute little ghosts.
Fair enough.
Duskull, I feel like is kind of more on the popular side. Shuppet, I feel like is really underrated.
I feel like Duskull, Dusclops, and Dusknoir, I feel like they would be popular. And I don't know why I think of this. The first thing I think of when I think of, like, that line is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Yeah. Here's the thing with Dusclops and Dusknoir. Dusclops is still competitive.
Holy crap, yes it is.
Use
Give the
Eviolite on
yep.
it. I see people use that a lot.
Holy crap.
I see people use Dusclops more than Dusknoir, but I do see people use Dusknoir. Dusknoir is pretty good. Instead of going defensive, Dusknoir goes special attack route, which is pretty cool. So, I mean, it did get an evolution in Generation 4, and I think it was already pretty much loved in Generation 3.
Yeah.
So, good one. Don't think that was... like I said, I feel like Shuppet's more underrated. But Banette did get a Mega.
Did you get a Mega?
Made it viable. Mega Banette has some super high attack.
You love Mega Banette.
Great shiny, too. It's pure white. I love it so much.
You love Mega Banette.
Yeah, I used that on my Ruby Alpha team.
Yeah, that one. Ruby Alpha.
Ruby Alpha. Sapphire Omega. That was the last comment of this.
Was it really?
So, yeah. So, we're down to our last two
Top 2
slots.
Top 2.
All right. My second is Sunkern.
It sucks.
I don't know why. I don't know why I don't dislike this Pokemon. Because I've shiny hunted it, and...
Didn't get it.
Yeah, I went like 900 eggs.
Must be nice.
Didn't get it. But for some reason, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
It's shiny. Not that great. It's a dark yellow. It doesn't have any good stats. Nothing going for it.
Literally the weakest Pokemon.
That is what it's known for. It is known as the weakest Pokemon, but something about that makes me like it, because it's like...
It's the underdog.
You are a challenge. Yeah, you are an underdog. You are a challenge. When people see you, they don't like you, because you're so weak to them.
Jesus.
And I'm like, I like that.
Yeah. I kind of feel the same. Like, I don't really dislike Sunkern.
It's kind of cute. It's a seed Pokemon. It makes sense for it to be that weak. It's a flower seed.
Yeah.
It's not even a full flower. It's just the seed of a flower. And a flower is not intimidating in the slightest. And when it evolves, like I said, it's still not intimidating.
It's just a happy flower.
It's just a happy flower. It's like just one of those happy, chill Pokemon. Yeah. It's one of those Pokemon that's like, I can't use you for any battle ever, but I feel like I could smoke weed with you.
What the heck? Fair enough.
Alright. Sunflora gives off that impression.
Okay.
It's like, so yeah, like I like Sunkern. It's the weak underdog. It's not meant to be taken seriously. Doesn't have any gimmicks going for it. It's weak, but it's a happy little seed. I love it.
It should have had a gimmick like Cherim.
And what would that be?
I don't know, it just kind of closes its petals or something. I don't know.
Okay. I guess I can see that. Sunflowers, fun fact. I know a lot about sunflowers.
Okay.
Sunflowers, their body actually goes in the direction of the sun. If the sun's on this side, they face that way. If the sun's in the middle of the sky, they aim up. If it's going down on the other side, they face that way.
They should have done that because Gen 2 added time.
Yeah.
They should have done that.
That works very well. I don't know how they would implement it in the game.
I just want someone to like encounter a Sunkern at like
at nighttime and it's
time,
facing the other way.
Up, turn backwards.
Also, sunflowers are very depressing to look at nighttime because they actually face down.
They just droop. Yeah, like Sunflora just...
They could make a ghost variant of Sunflora. Like, looking... Or maybe like a moon. I feel like they make a fairy or something. I don't know. I feel like there's something there they can do with a sun gimmick. But they have to point it out in Sunflora first.
Yeah. I feel like that too. Yeah, that'd be good.
So it's your number 2.
My number 2 is Camerupt.
Yeah, I feel like that is underrated. It's weird because it got a Mega, but Camerupt, I always felt like the stats wouldn't hold it up in battle, so I never personally used it myself.
I loved Camerupt. I think I did that I used it in Omega Ruby. I named it Vulcan. which is the Roman god of like fire or something. I can't remember. It's a Roman god. I loved it so much, and again, Reborn. Just it was very powerful. Again, learned like amnesia, stockpile, a lot to like raise its defenses. So it did very well for me. Tremendous top tier shiny.
Yeah, great shiny. It's
I
great.
got that in Pokemon Go Fest. So happy I got it. I love it so much. And again, the Mega. It got its Mega, which I would say it needed. It really needed that one.
Yeah.
I
feel like they, like I said, Game Freak tries to focus some on underrated Pokemon. Yeah. They always include the favorited Pokemon, but they also do acknowledge when a Pokemon is underrated. Yeah. So, like, they gave one to Mawile, which needed it, Banite, which needed it. And I feel like Camera Up falls in that category.
Yeah, it does. I don't know, I guess people just didn't really, like, appeal to Camera Up. Well, maybe they did at the time, but now it's like, I mean, Fire Ground type.
I feel like it didn't have the stats to carry it.
True. Fire Ground type, it's a decent typing, quad weak to fire and weak to ground. You do get that neutral to rock now, which is nice. But you also have the neutral to ice, which is awkward, neutral to grass as well.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
So it's kind of awkward in those scenarios, but I love that Pokemon. Little camel boy. I love him so. I love Numel just the same. Cute little boy.
It's good design. I like the little volcanoes on its back. Yeah. It makes sense.
I love him. So our number 1.
What's your number 1? Would you consider this a number 1? You did state at the beginning of the episode that you kind of just went all random, but does this deserve a number 1 slot?
I would say, it's the funniest one. It's probably, I don't know if I would say it's my favorite out of these 10 Pokemon. It's probably in the top 3, though. For no reason. For no reason. I've talked about this Pokemon before with you. Very recently, actually. I just think it's so funny. It's Volbeat.
You said you hated Volbeat.
No, I hate Illumise.
Oh, that's right.
It's an air mattress. That's what Illumise is. Volbeat is the thickest Pokemon alive. Go look at a back sprite of Volbeat. You will understand what I'm talking about.
It is a very thick little bug.
It is. A little lightning bug.
Very interesting little bug.
No. But this thing can be powerful because of one move called Tail Glow.
I remember that move, but I never used Volbeat, so I never, describe what it does.
Raises your special attack, I think, by 2. So it's it's special Swords Dance.
Okay. So
Volbeat can get, Bug Buzz, Signal Beam. It should have been Bug Electric. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I would think... I feel like that would be obvious to do for a Firefly Pokemon.
Should have been Bug Electric.
Don't understand why they didn't do it.
Boo.
Lost opportunity there.
But Volbeat can be very powerful. The first time I played Reborn, the Bug-type gym leader had a Volbeat as her ace! Her ace! And it destroyed my life! It tail glowed once! And I'm just like, no!
Wait, what game?
Reborn.
Oh, okay, Reborn.
What other game?
At first I was thinking Gen 3, I'm like...
What other game would make me terrified of a Volbeat?
That is true.
Because, again, just what Reborn does, it makes you terrified of weird Pokemon.
That's very funny, though.
I love Volbeat so much. I want to shiny hunt that bugger.
Good, shiny as well. I feel like we keep saying that, but I feel like a big part of appealing Pokemon to us is their shinies.
Yeah.
Volbeat has a blue shiny.
Great shiny.
Blue and purple. I got it in Pokemon Go, and it's not exclusive to our region. So when I got it, I was more than thrilled, and it was 3 stars.
So bad, I wanted it so bad.
So it was a good Volbeat.
I'll trade you my Illumise for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with you. I like Volbeat more.
Heck yeah.
Plus, that thing's 3 stars, and I'm like, I'm keeping this the way it is.
Fair enough.
If it was 2-star, maybe.
To wrap up the video. Good lord. What is your number one slot?
My number one slot, and this might surprise a lot of people because it actually comes from Gen 1. Do you want to guess what it is? I'll give you 2 guesses before I say it.
2 guesses?
Yeah, 2 guesses specifically.
My first guess would be Marowak.
Nope.
And Dodrio.
Nope.
Oh shoot, dang.
You guessed 2 Pokemon that were on my team, though.
But again, you use the underrateds.
That is true.
I have one more guess, because...
Okay, I'll give you one more guess.
Two's weird. Two's a weird
2
guess.
is weird.
You get 3 guesses. No one's ever said you get 2 guesses.
That is, yeah, I guess that's true.
Maybe
me trying to be different.
It's not Parasect. Parasect sucks. I don't think it would be Hypno. Dugtrio, maybe? Gen 1. Is it just strictly Gen 1?
Yep.
Okay, good. Farfetch'd.
Nope.
Okay.
And plus, I wouldn't even call that underrated because it got a regional and a evolution.
Oh yeah, it did. I forgot about that.
From the number 1 slot, I put Dugong. I, for one, really love its design. It's a lot of people, and myself included, you know, they say it's a seal. It is pretty much a seal.
It is a seal.
It has a horn on the top of its head, and that's pretty much the only...
Its pre-evolution is literally called seal.
Yeah, the horn is the only thing that makes it, you know, stand out as a Pokemon, really. But honestly, I like the simplicity in its design. I think it's a really beautiful Pokemon. I like the white, elegant looking tail, and the noise it makes is funny.
That's the only appealing thing to me about Dugong, is the cry.
Stats not the best, which is why I've never personally used it on a team, even though I thought about using it multiple times. Usually Vaporeon will take that slot in a Gen 1 game.
Oh, yeah.
I used Kingdra in the playthrough me and you did in Gen 1 because it was an option. But if Kingdra wasn't an option, I believe I would have used a Dugong. Ice Water, it gets used a lot, but it is one of the first Ice Water Pokemon ever made.
I mean, I'd prefer Lapras, but...
Yeah, Lapras. It has a lot of things not in its favor. So, it was introduced... Water Ice was introduced in the same gen as another Water Ice that was... another Water Ice Pokemon that happened to be better than it. So it's kind of like introducing... It's almost like how they introduced Wishcash in the same gen as Mudkip. Yeah. It's like, well, obviously the better option is to pick Swampert over Wishcash.
Yeah.
Stat-wise, it only makes sense unless you really wanted to choose Torchic or Trico over Mudkip.
Yeah.
But if you really want a water ground type that badly, just get Mudkip. But yeah, I love Dugong. I think it has a very... I like its simple design. Shiny, not too noticeable.
That sucks.
But it's underrated for sure. It definitely has that going for it. So yeah. This was a fun topic.
It was.
I really didn't think this would go on for this long, honestly.
It didn't. I mean, we're pushing at hour 45.
Really?
Yeah.
This is our second longest egg video.
By the way, I named my Squirtles. I don't know if you saw. Here's Rent, the first one, the 1700. Long overdue.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we had to prepay something, of course, before we get something. So we have down payment.
Down payment. Okay, just straight up.
So
it is what it is.
So my shinies, we have Residue, Pepper, Rent, and down payment.
Oh, thank you guys for watching. If you want to be involved in the conversation and have your comments read, follow us on Twitter, Tumblr, our social medias, so you can respond whenever I ask people what their favorite what is, what their opinion on what is. I try to ask all the time so we can keep doing these egg videos and have more interaction.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, so as always, I'm Drew.
I am the raisin. Stop moving!
What? I'm just getting eggs.
Stop it!
That's a very nice Poke Center. That looks very beautiful.
Thank you. I made it myself.
I don't think you did.
I did.
I don't think you did.
I did, though. My uncle actually works at Game Freak.
Oh, you know, I lied about that as a kid.
Did you really?
Yeah, it wasn't specifically. I said when I was like really really young. I said, "Have you ever played the game Drawn to Life?"
Yes, I love that game.
Yeah. So like you can like make your own character.
Yeah.
And like I made me. It was.
Yeah.
It was my character, and my excuse for why everything was themed around me was I'm like, oh, my dad works on video games, and he made this video game for me. And what's funny is I actually scratched off the sticker of the original game cartridge, put a little piece of tape, and I put like my initials on there, so people couldn't figure out what game it was. It was just my game.
That's amazing.
My dad made it.
You're such a scum.
I don't lie anymore. I wanted.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
You lie for comedic value.
I do it as a joke.
Well,
when I lie, people know it's a joke.
Yeah, fair.
Back then, I really wanted to impress people because I was a loser.
That's great.
Anyways, bye everybody.
Peace out, y'all.